Hope you liked that little present I gave you last week. If you jump to Smackdown after SummerSlam, I guarantee there's more of those in store for your opponents. If you turn us down, though, there's a few waiting for you, too. Turning down Smackdown was one of the dumbest things you could have done. And you're gonna find out just how dumb it was this week on Raw.
Welcome to Raw. Can you believe it? We're only 1 month away from SummerSlam. It's time to turn off the grill because Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler are at ringside. And King, do you think we'll see SmackDown show up again this week?
We'd better not. After last week, there's no excuse if a SmackDown superstar gets past security.
I'm sure the last thing the champ wants to do is to have to deal with another invader from another brand.
Yeah, unless he's working with them.
I wouldn't want to be this man tonight. You know that when the champion looks at him, he sees his SummerSlam opponent, or perhaps a certain interfering SmackDown superstar.
Well, if the champ's smart, he'll see this man for what he is. A tough, determined competitor who's going to give him a run for his money.
I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a same.
There's no denying that the champ looks good. This match just might be the tune-up he needs heading into his title defense at SummerSlam.
This is going to be more than a tune-up, JR. He's got his work cut out for him tonight. I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat. Boy, what? He's going up! This could backfire! I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
Well, I did have some good old Oklahoma barbecue before tonight's show, but I don't think that's it, Ken.
You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact. You're not going to get him with that one. This match is going to continue until someone's completely debilitated. And considering the resiliency of these superstars, that's not going to be easy.
That's for sure. No one in this match is going down without a fight.
And I wouldn't expect any less from them, King. Like them or not, you've got to respect the tenacity. That's a short climb, but a potentially long fall.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
Oh no! What are you doing?
My God! A choke slam all the way from hell! This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on Smackdown.
Not on Smackdown or anywhere else. There's nothing else out there that can come close to the excitement of seeing the Raw superstars perform live.
Rope break. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like. We're in the... Well, you can't blame him for being angry about this one.
He's got a right to be angry. That interference never should have happened.
It's a little strange hearing you complain about illegal interference.
I don't know what you're implying, JR, but yeah, I've got a problem with Smackdown showing up here.
I think that's one of the few things we can all agree on.
And I hope our general manager's got some retribution in mind.
Congratulations for being smart enough to stick with Raw, champ. I can't wait to see you dish out some payback on SmackDown this week. But be careful. We can't afford for our champion to get injured this close to SummerSlam.